Hello, I'm Stephen Ho, trader, technical analyst and founder of TheStopHunter. Now, esports is big business and only set to grow over the coming years. There's tournaments that fill whole stadia like FIFA. Professional Premier League football teams have their own esports teams, as do Formula One. This is a really hot, buzzing sector with a lot of interest, and there's a lot of great stocks out there that you can get involved with globally, and I'm going to focus in on just a few of those. Well, actually 24 that I'm going to narrow down to my 8 favourite. Don't worry, I'll share those 24 as well. Plus I'm going to look at an ETF that is an alternative to trading the individual stocks that you might be interested in. So with all that, let's crack on with the analysis. So before we can carry on, a risk warning for you to pay close attention to. The content in this video is not investment advice, so please seek the advice, help of financial professionals or financial advisors before investing and trading. And trading and investing involves a high degree of risk, and your money is at risk, so be very careful. So with that out the way, let's get on with the analysis. Now, first up, that ETF, Exchange Trade Fund, I promised you. Its ticker is HERO, H-E-R-O, and it's a Global X of video games and esports ETF. It hasn't been going that long, since late part of 2019, but you can see how it's grown massively. At one point up nearly 160%, but over this year it's actually slowed down a bit, ranging between $28 and $32 around that key 61.8% Fibonacci line. But it does give you an idea of how the market has grown for esports over the last few years. And it also gives you an opportunity, if you don't want to invest directly in individual stocks because you think it's a bit too risky, take on the portfolio of similar stocks to what I've looked at within this Global X video games ETF. And there are other ETFs out there. There's another one called with the ticker NERD, N-E-R-D, but this one I like because it gives a good overall proxy feel sentiment for the market as a whole for the esports sector. And like I say, if you don't invest in this directly, then you can use it like as a sentiment tool against those stocks, maybe to get you in to long trades when things start hotting up in that sector as a whole. Now let's look at my favourite 8 esports stocks of the moment. The first up is Sea Limited. Now they are actually a Singapore based company, but they can be traded in the US, ticker SE, and they cover the whole gambit of esports operations. Good fundamentals, and as you can see, been growing very nicely. Second up is US company Take-Two Interactive Software, and they've got various product labels like Rockstar Games, 2K, Private Division, but you might well recognise their games like Grand Theft Auto, Max Payne, Midnight Club, Red Dead Redemption, just for example. They're heavily into the esports game sector. Future publications, further publications like NBA 2K series, WWE 2K Professional, these are a major player in this sector. Now Roblox, another US company, very popular. Haven't been around that long, so I've had to change the chart back to daily rather than weekly like the others. Been growing nicely, and they're very popular, like I say, online entertainment platform, and are expanding into new areas of esports and metaverse and all those type of applications, so one worth following. Now, I wanted to throw a big stock into the mix, and it was a toss up between Amazon or Google, and I've gone for Google, because they have their fingers in so many pies. They're big into the gaming and the esports sector. They're like becoming the oil behind this sort of environment. Been growing very nicely over the last few years, and like I say, in this sector in particular, I'd have them above Amazon. Now, fifth up is Ese Entertainment Inc. It's a bit of a curveball, this one. They're a Canadian company, can be traded on the US markets as well, and they're an entertainment and technology company, and they focus actually internationally, globally, in the gaming and esports arena, providing such things as physical infrastructure, broadcasting, global distribution for the gaming and esports related content, advertising, sponsorship. So into quite a bit, and maybe one for the future. Turtle Beach are another US company, not too big, but they provide a lot of the hardware, audio technology in the gaming esports environment, headsets, keyboards, mice, accessories, that sort of stuff. Very popular as well, say in the US, UK and Europe, and again, fundamentally not too bad, and one to watch. Now we're going to finish up my favourite 8 with 2 Hong Kong based stocks. The first one is Razer, and they are an investment holding company, and they research, design, develop, manufacture, distribute all the gaming peripheral system softwares, accessories, globally. Like I said, they're heavily into the esports sector, and they can also be traded in the US as an ADR. Now, Tencent, also a Hong Kong based company, massive corporation, can be traded again as an ADR on the US market as Tencent Holdings, or their entertainment group, cover vast swathes of entertainment services, but they are also massively into the esports sector. So another one worth further investigation. Lately haven't been doing that great, due maybe to Chinese US trade tensions and the problems between the Chinese and Hong Kong set up at the moment. But again, if things can sort themselves out, one worth further analysis. So that was my favourite 8, but that came from a list of 24 tickers, 24 stocks and 2 ETFs, and you can see their distribution, their simple distribution: 77% stocks, 15% ADRs and 8% funds. That's the ETFs, and broken down into 6 different stock sectors, the biggest being technology services 47%, consumer durables 21%, consumer services 16%, and the rest made up from electronic technology, commercial services and retail trade. Now if we scroll down, we can see the tickers, and I will just run very briefly through them. We have ATV, Activision Blizzard; C Limited; TTWO, Take-Two Interactive Software; EA, Electronic Arts; RBLX, Roblox Corporation; Amazon Corp, as we know; Google, as we saw on our shortlist; Hoya, another Hong Kong Chinese company, same with Douyu there. Then we've got MTGB, EGLX, Enthusiastic Gaming Holdings; Luke F, Real Luck Group, they're a sports betting gaming company; ENTF, Ese Entertainment that we've seen; Billy B, SLGG, Super League Gaming; SCRSF, Screen Pro Security; GMBL, Esports Entertainment Group, another esports betting type setup there; Skills, Corsair, more on the hardware; AESE, Allied Sports Entertainment, here that's the Turtle Beach as we saw on the shortlist; Genie Sports Limited; then Razer and Tencent with their Hong Kong tickers 1337 and 700, and then to end, those 2 ETFs that I mentioned and we looked at. Hero was the one we looked at in the charts, Global X Video Games and Esports ETF, and Nerd Roundhill Bitcraft Esports and Digital Entertainment ETF. So there you go. That is the full list that I drew upon to create my favourite 8. So there you go, a whole load of esports stocks for you to consider, and a couple of ETFs chucked in for good measure. Now the esports sector is only going to grow over the coming years, so it's definitely one to keep on your radar, and maybe one day even esports might replace physical sports altogether. Let me know in those comments below whether you agree or disagree my shortlist of 8 and the 24 and the ETFs. If I've missed any, please also let me know in those comments. What ones would you have in your top esports stocks to invest and trade with? Let me know. Love to hear from you. And if you've liked today's video, please give us the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell buttons to receive future notification of content I'm going to produce just like this. And all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, good luck with the trading, and I'll see you in the next video.